Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2024 Lexus TX. Yeah, I said TX because we are in Austin, Texas, which is the home base, the state of Texas, for Toyota. So I'm wondering, should we be calling it the Lexus Texas? Maybe that's a good little selling tool. Maybe they were thinking a little bit outside the box, but this is a luxury SUV. It is a 3-row, and it is all new inside and out. You really need to take a look at this vehicle if you're considering one. There are 3 different trim levels. There's the TX350, there's the 500 Plus, and the 550 Plus. There are 2 hybrid motors, 1 gasoline engine, and we're gonna go through all the different trim levels and we're gonna take it for a test drive. And you wanna stay to the end. We're gonna talk about cargo space and some pros and cons and some of the competitors, and there's a lot in this space. The first thing you're gonna note is the LED lights and this new front grille. I really like this one. In the past, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Lexus grille, but I do like how clean this is. It's much more modern, and this silver detail breaks it up so it's not just too much grille. Really nice and clean, but still does the job of keeping the vehicle cool. Really well designed. And down below, they went with a matte color, so if you get bugs on it, it's not so obvious. 20-inch wheels are standard on the lower trim levels, but on the higher trim levels, they're 22-inch tires. They're all season, and these beautiful alloy wheels, and of course, there are different choices. As far as sizing, if you're looking at the Toyota Grand Highlander, it's pretty much the same platform, but there's a lot of luxury details both inside and out. I like this black color. It's all body color, as well as the silver roof rails. Really nicely done, and this vehicle is built in the US. One of the new features is instead of the door handle pulling out, it's behind the door handle, and it just opens that simply. Coming around to the back, you have this upper wing with the integrated third brake light. This wiper blade is down here. I kind of wish it was tucked up underneath. I talk about that all the time, but it has to do with the maintenance of this wiper blade. You want to keep it clean, and they are expensive. In addition, you'll see this really nice clean LED detail for the brake lights, as well as the Lexus logo, very modern and well spaced out. And down here it is nice and clean. And this is the TX350. Again, there are 3 different trim levels. We'll drive them all. And of course, that F-Sport, that's going to be the more impressive performance version. Checking out the seating surfaces inside the Lexus TX, and you can see that there are a couple different options. Starting off with captain's chairs in the first and the second row, which seats 6 or 7, depending upon which choice you have. There's a lot of adjustability to these luxury seats, including 4-way lumbar, which I do appreciate. And there is like an Alcantara type suede material here to keep you in the seats. Nice supportive bolsters, and really nice looking and comfortable seating for both the driver and the passenger side. The passenger side offers the same as the driver's side, which includes heated and ventilated seating. Going into the second row, you can order captain's chairs, or you can get a bench seat that folds 60/40. Adjustments are manual, and they can slide forward and back, and it's just 1 button to fold it and get into the second row. There's also a center armrest on the bench seat, or if you get the captain's chairs, that center console is removable. Behind the center console is climate control as well as heated seats, which is a nice feature, and 2 USB-C charge ports. In the door, there is the Mark Levinson audio system, as well as manual sunshades. There are 2 latch systems for child safety seats on the outboard seats, but there is seating for 3 across on the bench. Access from a step, and there's also buttons here inside the door sill so that you can easily get in and out of the vehicle. Plenty of place for snacks, juice boxes, or just plain drinks, and of course, there is a charging port. One nice feature is there is latch systems for both of the third row seating. It means that you can put 4 child safety seats in this vehicle. With the second row all the way back, I'm tall, I'm 5'8". There really isn't a lot of clearance, but for kids, there's plenty of space, or you can slide the seats forward, especially if you have child safety seats. When it comes to visibility, this around view camera is crystal clear and also gives you lines so that you don't back into anything. I think that's nice. You can also change that view if you wish. Again, that is your choice, but overall, really nice and crystal clear, which I think is really important in today's world. In addition, you've got a backup camera that is an actual camera, a 180 camera, which is good if you've got people in the third row, plus a bunch of gear and you can't see. This works perfectly. The center screen is standard with a 14-inch touchscreen. It is multimedia interface system. It's also that Mark Levinson audio system is optional. Standard is wireless Apple CarPlay integration as well as Android Auto. That optional 21-speaker Mark Levinson premium surround sound is really crystal clear and very nice. And also there's a dual opening center console, which is different for this car. But in addition, all of these controls are what you would expect. You can shut the tone off if you don't want it. AM, FM, Sirius XM. I mention AM because some car manufacturers are pulling it out. But in our 350 current test car, we've also driven the 550 and the 500. We'll also do some in-car driving with that in just a second, so stay with us. We'll show the range on this as well and all the different information that you would need, including your driver assist systems, which is your safety systems. And standard on that is Lexus Safety System 3.0 Plus. So that includes pre-collision system, pedestrian detection, all-speed dynamic radar cruise control, lane tracing, lane departure alert with steering assist, and proactive driving assist. Also available is advanced parking aids for perpendicular and parallel parking, and that's good if you need it, but that is all right here. Each of the systems you can turn on or off, blind spot monitoring, and again, that appears also in the gauge screen, which is in front of you. You pick what you want. Proactive drive assist is all right here. Really easy to use. It does not describe what it does as some other brands do, and it's important to keep that in mind. All your additional alerts and seat controls are here, and that includes folding down all the seats if you wish. Just press that button. It is kind of slow, but as the seats are folding, they're all folding, and you can cancel that at any time as well. We'll raise that third row up. And this is great when you've got kids jumping in back and maybe you've got gear. Really well designed. Other settings are here underneath this little gear for your display, your audio, any customization that you would like, including ambient lighting. Below that center screen, you've got ventilation and plenty of charge ports, as well as the ability to access your camera, your park assist, 3 charge ports. Wireless charging is right here. More storage with that Lexus key. And then this customizable storage, you can move these if you wish for cup holders, or maybe you want to completely open and you want to put items there. It's your choice. The gear shift lever is vertical. It is really easy to use. To park, you press the park button. Behind the gear shift lever, you have your hold button, your auto off, which I do not particularly care for, but they're putting it there because it gets about an extra tablespoon of fuel economy, your parking brake, and your traction control. The center console is a split center console. You can open one or both, and inside you have more charge ports and a very deep well for putting whatever you'd like to put in there. In front of you have this new Lexus steering wheel with the 12.3-inch gauges. All the Lexus controls are really nice because when you put your finger over this, it shows up in front of you on the head-up display. When I put my finger on that, it appears in the head-up display. You can adjust things that way, or if you're on the right side, it'll show you that also, keeping your hands on the steering wheel and your eyes on the road. Really nice to have these driver assist systems here. On the left side of the steering wheel, you can change the information that's in front of you, and the same thing on the right side, as well as your lane departure warning and your drive assist. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have your ventilation, your gas door, and your 3 seat settings. You may be asking, what is this bump right here in front of you? Well, this tracks your eyes. And that's part of the new safety systems they're putting in. What it does is, if you're not paying attention, it'll give you an alert saying, keep your eyes on the road. Maybe you're not paying attention because you're thinking that these self-driving systems will help you. There is no such thing as a self-driving car. You've got your plus and your minus here for your shifting, and your wiper blades are right here on the stalk. That stop button is to the left of your center screen. All the materials in this vehicle are soft touch, really nicely done, nicely designed. And I think they did a really nice job adding some of these soft touch features that you don't typically see in vehicles that are in direct competitor. And I think that makes this vehicle just really nice. We do have a dark interior, but there are other colors, of course. Plenty of storage in the doors. There is also a gigantic panoramic roof, and you can close that up if you wish. Under the hood are a couple options. 2 electrified powertrains, a plug-in hybrid combined with a powerful V6 engine, and a high-performance 2.4-liter turbocharged hybrid available exclusively on the F Sport Performance. The TX350, which is our current test car, is a 2.4-liter gasoline engine with 275 horsepower, backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission, and is available in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with 21 miles to the gallon combined. The TX500H is a 2.4-liter hybrid electric vehicle with 366 horsepower, backed by a 6-speed automatic transmission with direct 4, and only is available in all-wheel drive with 24 miles to the gallon combined. The TX550 Plus is a 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid electric vehicle with about 30 miles of electric range, 406 horsepower, backed by a CVT transmission, and it comes all-wheel drive. Fuel economy 30 miles to the gallon in the city, and that is combined. We'll start off by driving the 350, and we have with us Karl Brauer. And you might know Karl because he's on our podcast. He's one of the co-hosts. Javier is on his way to Qatar because he's crazy for Geneva. But in the meantime, we're going to drive all the different trim levels. And Karl, tell us about your outlet so people can find you.
Yeah, so I write for Forbes. I'm a contributor there regularly, but I also work as the executive analyst at iccars.com and do a lot of content production and media relations for them.
So we're on our first trip out.
Proceed about 0.7 miles to Highlands Boulevard.
I love the interrupting interface.
Oh yeah.
I think that we've gotten to the point that it's become part of our normal life, I think.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I'm really thrilled that Toyota has changed their interface. No more that silly Entune system. We now have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto.
Touchpad.
Oh, I hated that touchpad. This is so much better. If you haven't been in a Toyota product in a long time, you truly need to take one for a spin. And that includes Lexus. This is the luxury line. Visibility is really excellent. I love this head-up display with this new, I was talking about this in technology, you put your hand over this and you can change things. I think it's just really, really works well. As far as the navigation system, it's right here in front of you. Mirrors are nice, there's good visibility. And as far as ride, I mean, we're driving on a pretty smooth road, so we're not like off-roading this. And this is not an off-road vehicle, let's just be honest with ourselves. You could, but people won't. I think they've done a pretty good job. You drove this on the way out to our location. What do you think?
I think it's like a modern-day Lexus, you know? So it feels very comfortable to drive. Steering feel is surprisingly good, given that it is a luxury vehicle with electric-assisted power steering, like most modern cars.
Right.
But you know, this car is designed for today's upscale family shopper who wants lots of interior space. It's
three rows. We're going to drive the other two hybrid models as well. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, this 350 is going to be a very popular car. It's gasoline powered. People like Lexus. It's reliable. The dealer system is great for consumers. And I think all of that leads to them having success with a vehicle like this. I just still wonder, why did they call it the TX?
And what's fascinating is that while it's part of the same Lexus TX line, you can feel an absolute difference between this one and the base model that we were already in.
More horsepower.
Yeah, well, the horsepower is obvious. The all-wheel drive is giving it better dynamics. The steering feel is better too. I can tell through the steering wheel that I'm getting a little more weightiness, a little faster turn ratio. So overall, the other one was completely fine and would serve most people's needs. This one would serve my needs because I want a little more
zest,
excitement when I drive, and this one's got it.
I agree. I think that one of the things, 366 horsepower, it is a hybrid, so you're going to get that zip
Torque,
off the line.
Instant torque.
Right? All-wheel drive, 5,000 pound towing capacity, so it certainly has more to offer. And that F-Sport has that adaptive variable tuning, and I think that really makes a difference. And as far as handling, here we go into a corner. Oh, it's much better. Well, all-wheel drive does that.
Yeah, you can feel it distributing the power as needed to make your turn that much more interesting. So,
yeah. What I like about this car is that you can feel, even in the passenger seat, the connection to the roadway.
It's more secure. Everything's more secure. You know, and everyone's got to weigh that, because a lot of people, they get in a car, especially a lot of Lexus traditional customers, I call them sensory deprivation chambers. They don't want to have any outside stimulus. Okay,
right.
They want the
no
noise.
Yeah.
They want the bumps. They want everything, you know, gone. In a car like this, you can have that if you put it in its default, like, you know, kind of most relaxed mode. But you can also change the driving modes and make it more interesting.
Sport. We were in normal. Let's go to
we're not-
sport. Now that changes shift points, connection to the road, the transaxle, everything. You can definitely feel the difference in its reaction to the rough road.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like, did the road quality change? It's like, no, the suspension tuning changed.
Yep.
This one's coming a little later. They haven't released pricing yet. It's not going to be produced until the start of 2024. The other ones are hitting dealerships this week. But this will be pretty much basically their top of the line one on everything from what it costs you to the horsepower number, over 400 horsepower. And it'll have
It's a V6.
And it'll have how much range before?
About 33, they're saying.
About 33 on pure electric.
Right.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it depends what you do. If you just got to run and pick up the kids and bring them home, that works.
Yeah.
So we have a good idea how it's going to handle, but we're going to stop and put this into sport mode. Now, whoa, that hybrid sound is kind of cool. Okay, so you go into picture of the car, you go into, we're going to go into drive modes, and you want to go to sport. So that'll give us our highest performance, and we'll see how this thing compares. All right, we're going to come to a stop.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what she
It's
does.
getting serious now.
Oh, wow, you can hear that hybrid give it that extra push. Nice.
Yeah.
Handles very nicely. You can get a good feel for the grip. Of course, everything changes. Magnetic ride that we're all kind of used to in these kind of vehicles.
Now I can still tell this is in sport mode. This ain't as sporty as the F Sport that we were in.
No, I like the F Sport better.
Yeah, this one's even in its sportiest setting is still a little more refined, a little smoother, which is probably perfect because the audience that buys this isn't looking for that kind of rough ride.
No, they want the tax credit from the PHEV because it's a plug-in hybrid.
That's right.
And you don't have to use it. If you're on a road trip and you run out that 30-some mile range,
just keep going.
Just keep going.
Plug-ins are brilliant.
Yep. But remember, that also means you have two propulsions, and that could mean higher insurance rates. So make sure to check that out before you make your final choice. I do like the F Sport better. Maybe it's because of the speediness. One thing that I want to add in that I did not add in on the tech side is that the sunroof is optional. So you don't have to buy a panoramic roof. We're looking at the energy flow now. Oh, that's cool. So it's going to show you the energy flow so you can be as fuel efficient as possible. And one thing we have not done is a U-turn. Let's see how tight this corner is. Here we go. Turning tight. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Given how big this vehicle is, I mean, this is a roomy vehicle. You know, hearing the numbers on this thing, you know, what was it, like over 20 cubic feet of storage behind the third row.
Yeah. We cover that right after the drive portion. We cover, it's 57 with the second row down.
57 with it down?
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then it's like 97 with the second row seats.
Yeah,
down.
it's quite a bit.
It's just monstrous. That's
you can
like
move your
minivan
kid
size.
to college and back.
Yeah, no, they're really going for the family-friendly, super roomy vehicle, and I think they're going to succeed. I think they're going to get a lot of buyers who are looking for Lexus refinement, quality, resale value, long-term reliability, but they need a big family car, and this is a pretty good combo.
And it's not a minivan.
Right.
It's a 3-row SUV with big-time luxury. They did a nice job. And I think, we don't know what the price is going to be on this, but we'll talk about price at the end. So stay with us. We'll talk about the entry level to this at the 350, and we'll get you a price at least on the 500. The F Sport's my favorite personally of the three, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. When it comes to cargo space, you've got 20 cubic feet of storage. Underneath this cover is a spot for the jack because the spare is underneath. Fold down this third row by just pressing these two buttons. You can split 50-50. You're at 57 cubic feet of storage. Fold down that 60-40 second row and you're at 97. That's quite a bit of storage. The 2024 Lexus TX, or as I'm calling it lovingly, the Lexus Texas, starts at $55,000. This is the 500h. It starts at $71,000, and we're still waiting for pricing on the plug-in hybrid, which when we get it, we'll put that down in the description below. Now, there are a lot of pluses for this car. Super comfortable seating. Love the new infotainment screen, although I wish it was a split screen. That's kind of a negative, but that can be fixed through software download, so you might be seeing that coming soon. I just think they've done a great job with cargo space and the placement of everything, easy access to the third row, super comfortable third row seating, especially when you got adults that have to sit back there at times, but just really well thought out about usability. On the negative side, other than the split screen, I'd like to see drive modes on a button and not have to go through 3 stages to get to that button. But still, this vehicle really performs in every way, and there's a lot of competition in this category, whether it be from Genesis, BMW, Audi, Land Rover, Jaguar, you name it, Infiniti, Acura, everybody's trying to fight for your third row luxury SUV business. So make sure to check with your insurance agent before you make a final decision. And then also keep in mind, test driving all these cars is super critical. We've test driven them all. The links for that is down below so that you can check them out on our channel. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down in the description. If you have any comments or additional questions, put them in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If you got value from this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Our website, our podcasts, the book, and the social media are all listed down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.